do it. So get ready for a story about a sleepover. Seems normal, but it takes a turn. The line between just telling a story and something much scarier gets really blurry. So the setup is a new kid in school, that's our narrator, is having Jorge over for a sleepover. And you get the sense the narrator really wants to impress Jorge. But Jorge, he's just bored. Clearly bored. Wishing he was playing PS4, probably regretting coming over.
Yeah, that dynamic jumps out right away, doesn't it? There's this like imbalance. The narrator's reaching out, trying to connect, and Jorge is just distant, almost looking down on him.
And that detail about the watch.
Oh, the watch is brilliant. The narrator notices it, thinks it looks different, more adult.
Yeah.
But when he asks to try it on, Jorge just shuts him down. Dad says, I'm not allowed. It's small, but it's telling, right? Sets up Jorge's resistance. He's not going to be easily impressed or, give in.
Right. So dinner happens. Netflix isn't really working for Jorge. It's getting dark out.
You can feel the narrator kind of scrambling, trying to keep Jorge engaged.
Exactly. And that's when he suggested telling scary stories.
Which Jorge immediately dismisses, calls it little kid stuff.
Yeah, he wants to sleep. Checks his watch again even. Right. Like how much longer? But here's the clever bit. The narrator doesn't push aggressively. He just throws out this little psychological hook. Says something like, unless you're one of those kids that frightens easily, then I guess you might not like the game. Oh, it's good. Yeah.
It's perfect bait. And Jorge, even though he's tired and bored, his pride kicks in. I'm not scared of anything, he says. Boasts about watching 18-rated horror films.
So the challenge is accepted. It's not just about stories anymore. It's a test.
Exactly. The stage is set.
Okay, so Jorge goes first. Tells the story his uncle told him. The narrator recognizes it immediately. Says he's heard 100 times already. Something about brothers, one dies, the other digs him up for his liver.
Yeah, classic campfire gore, right? A bit predictable.
Totally. But the narrator plays along, makes all the right faces, jumps at the right parts, humoring him. He even notices Jorge getting really into telling it.
And that kind of sets the standard for conventional horror. It's external, it's obviously fake, even if it's gory. You jump, maybe, but it's not real.
Which makes the contrast so sharp when it's the narrator's turn.
Oh, completely. The whole mood shifts.
He starts talking about this family. It looks normal on the outside.
But isn't really normal at all. Yeah.
Says they move around a lot, never stay in one place for too long. They're good at disguising themselves.
Even when Jorge tries to interrupt, still kind of annoyed, the narrator just smiles.
And then drops the bombshell. The family are monsters.
They leave a trail of dead kids wherever they go. And the narrator mentions how much he enjoys telling this story, liking it more and more with each retelling.
Oh.
Yeah. It just feels different, right? More insidious. It's not just a story he heard. It feels personal. The way he savors it, the details about disguise, it hints at something darker than just trying to scare Jorge.
Like it's maybe not just a story.
Or at least a story that means something very specific to him. The idea of monsters hiding in plain sight that taps into a much deeper, more modern kind of fear, I think. Fear of the familiar turning toxic.
And then he gets into the how this family operates.
Which is just chillingly methodical.
Right. They find empty houses, people on holiday for a week or two.
And then they set the trap. Using their own kid.
Yeah, the kid makes friends, parks, school, uses a fake name, get to know the local kids.
And the family is patient, even though they're really badly hungry.
The narrator says, the trick was not to rush, though you had to savor it. Savor it.
That detail about using their own child, it's horrifying. He's not just a lure. He knows how the game works. He's complicit.
Yeah, it turns the whole idea of childhood friendship inside out. It's predatory.
Exactly. It exploits that fundamental need for connection, for trust, and twists it into a weapon. Patient, calculated hunting.
And then the narrator reveals the kid's motivation, why he does it.
Because this is where Jorge really starts to unravel, isn't it? His boredom is long gone now.
Totally. The narrator says the parents tell the kid he's too young for what they do.
Right. Too young to share the tastes they have.
But he still gets something. He gets the other kid's stuff.
Whoever he picks, he gets to keep all their belongings after his parents are finished with them.
And Jorge is just staring at him now, knees fidgeting. The narrator notices.
That detail, the belongings, it's such a disturbing twist. It's not just about hunger anymore. It's trophy collecting. It personalizes the horror, makes it pragmatic and perverse at the same time.
It really makes you think about how evil works, how it passes down, even in kids.
Yeah, this horrifying kind of indoctrination, almost.
And Jorge, he's terrified now, you can tell. He asks the question everyone's thinking.
So what exactly do the parents do with the kids they take?
And the answer is just brutal. No holding back. Oh, they eat them.
Just like that. Then the graphic
You
detail.
tear the kids open while they're still screaming.
Go.
You pull their guts and intestines by the handful.
Move everything down until there's nothing left but a husk. He even compares it to a snake shedding skin. It's incredibly visceral.
Wow. That's intense.
It is. And it's clearly designed to be. To push Jorge right over the edge from being spooked to being genuinely terrified, it moves beyond psychological dread into pure physical horror. Makes it feel absolutely real.
Jorge, totally freaked out, asks the obvious next question. How do they get away with this?
And the narrator has an answer for that too. A chillingly efficient one.
He says, the family's long gone by that point.
Vanish like shadows, take the remains with them.
And when the parents come looking the next day, just a locked house. Belongs to someone else. No trace.
It makes them seem almost impossible to catch. Untouchable. It adds this layer of helplessness, It's not just monstrous, it's a perfect crime, which just ramps up the fear.
Okay, and this is where it all starts to bleed together. Story and reality.
Right here, as the narrator's describing how they vanish, sounds start happening.
Somewhere in the house below us, a door slammed. Jorge looks towards the door.
Then a floorboard creaks downstairs, faintly.
But then another one. From the corridor. Right outside the bedroom door. Loud.
They both hear that one.
And what does the narrator do? He just shrugs it off. Just the house settling. Tells Jorge there's nothing to be scared of.
Which is the absolute creepiest part. The sounds are real. Jorge is obviously reacting, but the narrator is so dismissive.
Is he trying to calm Jorge down, or is he playing with him?
It feels like playing, doesn't it? That casual denial makes him seem even colder, more calculating. It breaks that barrier between the story and their reality.
And then the final pieces fall into place. So terrifyingly.
He mentions the watch again.
Yeah, the narrator says he's eyeing the watch on his wrist, and imagine what it would look like on mine. That watch from the very beginning.
The one thing he noticed, the thing Jorge wouldn't share, it brings everything full circle.
And then, the last sound.
From the corridor outside came the soft sound of approaching footsteps.
And the story just ends with one word. Directed at Jorge.
You.
Chills. Just chills.
It's the ultimate reveal, isn't it? The whole story wasn't just a story. It was about the narrator. He's the monster kid.
And Jorge is the friend he picked.
Exactly. The story was a confession. Or maybe foreshadowing what's literally about to happen as those footsteps approach. The horror isn't a jump scare. It's the slow, dawning realization. You, the listener, realize it just as Jorge does.
So what do we take away from this? It starts as just a sleepover, maybe a bit awkward.
Yeah, bored kid trying too hard.
And it turns into this.
Yeah.
This masterclass in psychological horror.
Mm-hmm.
The story itself becomes the weapon.
Absolutely. This deep dive really shows how you can build genuine fear, not just with gore, although that was there, but by messing with that line between what's real and what's fiction, making you doubt the storyteller.
It's all about building that dread piece by piece until the final reveal just hits you.
Exactly. That slow burn is often way more effective.
It really makes you think, when is a scary story just a story? And when is it something else, like a warning, tailored just for you?
Puts you in Jorge's shoes, doesn't it? What would you do if you suddenly realized the person telling you a scary story was confessing and you were next?
Yeah, definitely something to think about. Until our next deep dive.